this is what it was used for, but really kind of taking a look at the surrounding area around it and seeing if we can do something bigger with it. Okay, and I'm going to bring the hot topic up of video gaming. So, as requested at the last meeting, I did reach out to the Illinois Gaming Board to see, just to kind of refresh everybody's memory. Video gaming was passed by the village several years ago, and then it was taken back through a referendum that was presented to the residents during an election. So the idea came up again, as other towns around us have been bringing in quite a bit of revenue from video gaming. So I reached out to the Illinois Gaming Board to find out what mechanism was in place to reverse a binding referendum. They directed me to the state of Illinois. The state of Illinois has yet to get back to me. I think one of the challenges with this is if you are somebody who is interested in bringing video gaming back, is that there is not currently a mechanism in place to reverse that. At least there's not one that is known. And part of the reason is because video gaming is newer to the town, and I think we're one of the few towns, I should say, that reversed it through a referendum. So, this was a revenue idea that came up, and I just kind of wanted to put it out on the table and see what the council's questions, feelings, do we want to put resources as a village into finding out how to bring it back? Floor's open.
I'm going to start because I'm one of the ones who talked about it at the last meeting, and what I was looking for is a quick answer to the question of can it be brought back? And I talked to you about it, and I've talked to someone from the anti-gaming group. And what I've come to realize is that there is no quick answer, and it would be cost and time prohibitive, and I don't want to see village dollars spent on it, but I do encourage any conversation. So, I think it bothers me a little bit that it's kind of looked at as this dirty word, like this topic we're not allowed to discuss, and it is a really, profitable in other towns. Do I think we should spend village resources on investigating it? I do not. So I want to make that really clear, but I also am open to, discussions about it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's too expensive and it would take too much time, so that's kind of where I stand on that.
I mean, I think we have a discussion. Yes. There was a vote. You want community buy-in, having an opportunity for every single voter to have their voice heard and take a vote. I mean, to me, it's a done issue, and actual dollars, like on a lawyer, obviously not. There shouldn't be a penny of taxpayer money invested in finding out ways to undermine the democratic process and their vote. I think the discussion, even in this room, is taking staff time. This is not a topic for us to talk about. I think the people voted. We were elected to represent the people, and we need to support their decision and the laws as they're written. We've heard about some really great revenue ideas. I think $1 million on places for eating with a commission sharing with the establishment. That sounds like a really positive thing that isn't that divisive, that we can move forward and start exploring these other opportunities. Commissioner Mellon Rogovins found $2 million worth of grants that we can apply for, and that's just foundational. I think we shouldn't be stirring up this old discussion and a divisive topic when we have a lot of opportunities to invest our time and energies in.
I agree we shouldn't spend money on it, but I do want to say, as representing the residents, I have more people come to me with the question about gaming than any other single issue, and I feel I want to represent those people too. And when they ask me, can the village do anything, I don't want to have to say, I don't know. I want to be able to have an answer to give them, and I don't want to feel afraid to talk about it, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. Like I just said, I don't wanna spend village time, and yes, I agree that right now we're spending staff time and to some extent talking about it, but we should talk about it. We should talk about anything and everything. Everything should be on the table when we're trying to figure out how to make sure that we're in a strong financial position. And it needs to be on the table, and I don't want to be told, we can't talk about this, or we shouldn't talk about this, you know, or, you know, people comparing me to Trump for wanting to talk about it. You know, I'm gonna talk about anything and everything that people come to me and ask me about, and this is one of those topics. And it doesn't mean I'm gonna spend a ton of time on it. It doesn't mean I'm gonna advocate for the village to spend money on it, but I'm gonna talk about it.
Anybody else?
When I was campaigning for this position and I was collecting signatures from voters to be considered to be on the ballot, this was probably the #1 question that people asked me. Did I support video gambling? Would I bring video gambling back or video gaming back to the village? And people made decisions based on my answer as to whether or not they would sign my petition, and it was fine by me. You know, it's a democratic process as to how people want to participate, and I have continued to say the same thing. I think that I believe in the will of the voters, and I'm here to represent the decision that was made by Forest Park voters in the election where we made the decision about video gaming. I'm not averse to conversation, but that is a decision that I respect and that I'll continue to respect as long as I'm sitting in a representational position here on the village council.
So safe to say that what I'm hearing is that a majority of the council would not at this time support spending village dollars to look into the reinstatement of video gaming.
That is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna open the floor to any questions, anything that anybody else here wants to say.